Ariana Grande is one of the most famous people on the planet, but she's actually been working longer than many people realize. Here's some of the stops she's made on her journey from Nickelodeon star to Glinda the Good. When Victorious premiered on Nickelodeon in 2010, nobody could have predicted the global superstar that Ariana Grande would become within just a few short years. As Cat Valentine, the happy-go-lucky, ditzy bestie of Victoria Justice's Tori Vega, Grande brought levity to the teen sitcom. Prior to landing the role, Grande had only appeared on screen once in a 2009 episode of the musical comedy series The Battery's Down. Victorious was Grande's big Hollywood break, prompting her and her mother to move to Los Angeles after her callback at the age of 14. The show ran for 3 years, during which time Grande brought some hilariously unforgettable Cat moments to life. She has several Victorious scenes that showcase her vocal chops, but it wasn't until 2013, upon the release of her single The Way, featuring the late Mac Miller, that she earned pop star status. For the newcomer, it was a joy to embody an individual who was so unlike herself. Speaking to SBTV at the time, she said, "The thing about playing Cat that I love the most is that she's so different from me that it feels like a little bit of a vacation when I put my red wig on and I get into character. It's like a relief almost. It's like a little release, and I get to go into this beautiful, happy world of Cat Valentine." Following the release of Quiet on Set, a documentary that put a spotlight on the adult humor weaved into former Nickelodeon showrunner Dan Schneider's creations, Grande looked back on the show with fresh eyes.
It just all happened so quickly, and now looking back on some of the clips, I'm like, that's... Damn, like, really?
In 2011, as she continued to star on Victorious, Grande took on a second job with Nickelodeon as a voice actor in Winx Club. Grande voiced Princess Diaspro in 13 episodes of the series, which follows a group of fairy warriors as they hone their magic. Princess Diaspro couldn't be more different than Cat Valentine. While the Hollywood art student is kind-hearted and selfless, always willing to go above and beyond for her friends, the fairy only cares about her best interests. During Grande's years on Winx Club, she worked with an all-star cast, including Keke Palmer and her Victorious colleague Elizabeth Gillies. Not long after her time on Winx Club, Grande briefly stepped into the adult animation world by playing a small role on Family Guy, though her character never appears on screen and only has one line.
Dad, can I have $5 for lunch tomorrow?
Yeah, sure. Just let me go check my room full of gold and jewels.
Shortly after Victorious wrapped up, Grande pivoted to her second Nickelodeon sitcom, Sam and Cat. A spin-off of both Victorious and iCarly, the show stars Grande as Cat and Jeanette McCurdy as Sam Puckett, living as roommates and navigating various hijinks. As Sam and Cat kicked off in 2013, so did Grande's pop star career with the release of her debut album Yours Truly. Though McCurdy put on a happy front for the cameras, she was brewing with jealousy behind the scenes. In her memoir, I'm Glad My Mom Died, she revealed that she constantly compared her career and her childhood to Grande's. There was tension even when the show was airing, with TMZ reporting that McCurdy felt angered over allegedly making less than her co-star. According to Grande, this was no more than a vicious rumor. In a statement posted to X, then known as Twitter, Grande wrote, "Jeanette and I agreed up front that we would be treated equally on the show in all regards, as we should be, considering we each work just as hard as the other on the show. The rumors circulating about our contracts and our salary not being equal are absolutely ridiculous and false." Sam and Cat was canceled after only one season and 35 episodes. While Sam and Cat was airing in 2013, Grande joined forces with McCurdy and fellow Nickelodeon actors Sierra Bravo, Noah Monk, Chris O'Neill, and Noah Crawford for the TV comedy film Swindle. Based on the children's novel of the same name by Gordon Corman, Swindle follows a group of teens as they plot to retrieve a valuable baseball card worth $1.2 million that one of their friends sold to a sketchy collector. Grande plays Amanda Benson, a cheerleader. Though Amanda puts on a cool and popular persona, there is more to her than meets the eye. Grande said in a promotional interview for the film, "She's very insecure actually, but later on you discover that she's actually a really huge geek, and all of this facade is just to cover up the fact that she's a huge dork."
Red-haired Captain Cybertor, in mint condition, is worth $80,000!
For Grande, it was a joy to work with so many actors who she already knew and had chemistry with. She explained, "It's a dream come true. They're all such good kids, so it's awesome." With her Nickelodeon career behind her, Grande took on a new acting challenge in 2015, portraying Chanel No. 2 in Fox's horror comedy series Scream Queens. The show centers on Emma Roberts as Chanel Oberlin and her crew of Kappa Kappa Tau house sorority members who were being targeted on campus by a mysterious killer. Grande, a longtime fan of co-creator Ryan Murphy's work, was thrilled to be included in his project and expressed her excitement in an interview with Extra.
When I got the chance to meet with him, I was like, literally whatever you want me to do, I'm down.
Chanel No. 2 only appears in 4 episodes of the series, but that was okay with Grande, who loved being a part of something that was simultaneously girly and macabre. After years of creating kid-friendly content, Scream Queens was a welcome change of pace for the lifelong horror fan.
It's very nice to have a little break from the usual and to do something completely different.
Sadly, Scream Queens was canceled after 2 seasons. Prior to becoming a Nickelodeon star, Grande got her start in entertainment on Broadway as a teenager, appearing in the musical 13. Though she strayed away from theater when her television career took off, she never lost her passion for it, and she got to return to her first love in 2016 as Penny Pingleton in NBC's Hairspray Live. Speaking with Extra, she opened up about how excited she was about the role.
I have always been a huge theater nerd, and like you said, you didn't know, a lot of people don't actually know that this is like my soul.
She added that as a kid, Hairspray was her top musical and Penny was her favorite character. Grande was honored to join the likes of Harvey Fierstein, Jennifer Hudson, and especially Kristen Chenoweth for this live television special. A longtime fan of the latter, Grande won the chance to meet her backstage years prior at the premiere of Broadway's Wicked, in which Chenoweth starred as the first Glinda. Chenoweth said of Grande, "I knew immediately that this girl was special, and here we stand." For Grande, it was also an honor to beam the magic of Broadway into the homes of folks who may not be able to experience it in person. Speaking with Snugglepaw Digital Studios, she gushed about how important theater was to her, saying, "This is kind of bringing that Broadway energy to your living room, which is so genius and so special and means so much to me as a person because theater is so in my heart." The same year of Hairspray Live's premiere, Grande had a cameo appearance in Zoolander 2. Her character is only credited as Latex BDSM, and if you've seen the film, you'll know why. In one scene, Grande and a similar character played by Christina Hendricks are seducing Owen Wilson's character Hansel. At first, he shies away from the pair, explaining that he's still in a committed relationship but just taking a break. However, after some urging by Grande and a few other characters, he eventually gives in to temptation. Prior to the film's release, Grande did a great job at keeping the nature of her role under wraps. When urged to divulge information during an interview with BBC Radio 1 Breakfast Show, she was reluctant to offer details.
I can just say that even though it's a tiny little thing, it was like the coolest experience of my life.
In 2019, Grande added another cameo to her list with Men in Black International. When Tessa Thompson's Agent M begins working with the organization, she learns that many celebrities are actually aliens in disguise. Upon entering headquarters, she views the massive alien surveillance system, which flashes Grande, Elon Musk, and Donald Glover as undercover creatures to look out for.
It's never who you think it is.
This cameo came at the perfect time for Grande, who released the track NASA just a few months prior to the film hitting theaters. The song features an homage to Neil Armstrong's iconic message upon stepping foot on the moon, so appearing as an extraterrestrial was very thematically appropriate. Grande returned to television in a musical capacity in 2020 when she appeared in the Jim Carrey-led Showtime dramedy Kidding. In Season 2, Episode 5 of the show, Grande appears on Carrey's character Jeff Pickle's program as Pickle La Grande, aka the Pickle Fairy of Hope. Donning a green sparkly dress with pickle wings and a pickle wand, Pickle urges Mr. Pickles and his puppet friends to stick together and remain hopeful for the future. During her catchy tune, Grande shows off her vocal talents, throwing in countless runs and utilizing her iconic falsetto. On Instagram, Grande posted a photo of herself and Carrey, one of her all-time favorite actors whom she was thrilled to work and sing with. She captioned the post, "Nothing is crazier than getting to work with and spend time with someone whom you've idolized and adored since before you could speak. Actually, what's even crazier is discovering that person to be more special and warm and generous in person than you ever could have imagined." A huge fan of comedy, Grande was excited to be approached by writer, director, and producer Adam McKay about taking on a small but hilarious role in his 2021 film Don't Look Up. Playing two astronomers, Leonardo DiCaprio and Jennifer Lawrence attempt to warn the world about a comet that's hurtling toward Earth. However, everyone is more interested in the romantic relationship between Grande's character pop star Riley Bina and a character called DJ Cello.
The news about their relationship fluctuating sort of eclipses the news of the Earth coming to an end.
At one point in the movie, Riley and DJ Cello perform a massive concert together and sing the tune Just Look Up. In bringing the song to life, Grande improvised some of the best lines, much to the amazement of McKay. In a behind-the-scenes interview, McKay told Rolling Stone, "She's the one who added all that stuff about, 'We're all gonna die, turn off that news.' That was her riffing on the first scratch track of the melody line, and the second I heard it, I was like, oh, that's going in the movie." Portraying Glinda in Wicked, the two-part movie adaptation of the hit Broadway musical, has been a long time coming for Grande. During a 2024 appearance on The Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon, the talk show host pulled up a 2011 tweet from Grande that said, "Loved seeing Wicked again. Amazing production. Made me realize again how badly I want to play Glinda at some point in my life. #dream role." Grande admits to having pestered Mark Platt, producer of the stage show, over the years, regularly checking in for updates about a film adaptation. When the project was finally given the green light and Grande learned that auditions were on the horizon, she wanted to prove that she was more than a pop star. She told Broadway World, "I've never wanted something as badly as I did this. I worked every day with my vocal coaches for 6 months to transform my voice, my singing voice, everything about me I had to kind of deconstruct to prove to them that I could handle taking on this other person." All of the vocals heard in Wicked by Grande and Cynthia Erivo were sung live on set, with the duo more than up for the strenuous vocal challenge. It's safe to say that the young Grande who met Chenoweth backstage all those years ago would be overjoyed at what her future holds.